Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And I've just realised I've gone live with what looks like a hairband. My name's Helen Bullen. I'm a business mentor. Previously, bricks and mortar businesses, online businesses, all that stuff. An author twice. Online businesses. Did I say that? Memberships, masterminds. That's me. Okay. I like working with small business owners. That's me. But what I didn't realise was I've come on with my glasses on my head. Now you may think, but you're already wearing a pair of glasses. Here's the truth. These are for distance. And I've got to an age that I need reading glasses. But this is how I sit in the mornings working. And I've sort of let myself down, haven't I, by having them on my head. I think they work as a hairband as well. But I don't know if anybody else, does anybody else have this? If you have glasses and they're for distance, you then need to put your reading glasses on over the top. Because if I put these on their own, they're not strong enough for me to read. Anyway, good morning. And Hazel has beaten me to it, which I love. Woohoo Wednesday. Why is it Woohoo Wednesday? Because you shouldn't really have it as a hump day. I know it's coined as a hump day in many circles, but if Wednesday is the day that you are just trying to rush till Friday, I always say there's a little caveat, unless there's a party on a Friday or Saturday or a wedding or something you want to get to, rush away. But if it's just you want to rush to Friday because you don't like work and you get to Sunday afternoon, evening, and I did a post the other day about this, about are you dreading Monday? So many people came back and replied to me. So there's a lot of you out there doing this. Sunday afternoon, 3 or 4 o'clock, you are dreading that Monday is coming back. If that is the case, then make some changes in your business. Maybe you want to work for yourself and you don't do that already. Maybe you work for yourself and you've decided to change and you want to go and work for somebody else. Maybe you want to change something in your own business, but there is a way to change. It may not be instant because we all have bills, we all have mortgages, and most of us have mortgages, and we have things that we have to pay. So I'm not an advocate of saying to people, just jump and the money will come. But I do think you need to make changes if you want a change. Otherwise, I'm loving the good mornings. I can see Tracy, I can see Emma, I can see Hazel's on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So what am I going to talk about today? Well, I'm going to talk about time, and the title I put on Instagram was, do you need more time? I haven't put that title on Facebook, I'm sorry, or LinkedIn, but do you need more time is my question I'm going to ask you. In the comments, I'll have a slurp of my coffee. Do you feel you need more time? In business, in life generally, just a bit more time to do the things you want to do. I'm now trying to drink and not gulp too heavily. I've made my coffee too strong this morning. That's unusual. Very rare for me to make too strong coffee, but that is a little bit like, Anyway, so do you think you haven't got enough time? Because I think that's what most of us think. But the truth is, we all just have, yes, or another me, says Hazel. So yeah, I get that. The truth is, we all only have X amount of time per day. Now, our lifespan can be different, but for the majority of us, we have 24 hours a day. Now, if you want to be pedantic, yes, some days are slightly longer than 24, aren't they? Because we end up with a leap year. But we're not going into that, and I can't work out the mathematical equation for that, so I'm not going to do it. Why did I even go down that route? I have no idea. But we all have the same 24 hours in a day. So why then does one person get more stuff done than another person, especially small business owners? Number one, a lot of wise business owners will outsource things. It's a great way to do work, is to outsource. But let's talk about today. You're on your own, you're running a business. Sorry, I've got an itchy nose. Does that mean I'm getting money? What does an itchy nose mean? Or does it mean I'm just going to poke my nose into somebody's business? I don't know. Itchy palms money, isn't it? What's an itchy nose? Anyway, today let's talk about a business owner on their own doing things themselves, and they just haven't got enough time. And you spend all your time wishing for more hours, more time. I'm going to reverse that today. So how about you look at where you're wasting time? Now, be honest in the comments, whether you're watching on catch up or now. How do you waste time? There will be something that you do that you know is a waste of time. And I'm not talking about doing things you want to do, because there should be time for you doing things you want to do in life. But that thing that you do, and suddenly you look and it's not 10 minutes, it's half an hour, or it's 2 hours and it wasn't the 10 minutes, or you weren't even going to do that thing, and suddenly you're still there. Now, I'm going to list a few of the things. So there's TV, there's Netflix, but I love, at the right time, I love a Netflix binge. Do not get me wrong. I can be found most evenings with my husband going, what were we watching? And we put it on. So you've got doom scrolling, says Hazel. Yep, social media. Now, I'm going to change your words from doom scrolling it's only doom scrolling, right? And I don't even think it's that, because social media should be fun. If you're doom scrolling, that means everything you're seeing isn't what you want to see, and you need to change who you follow. But if it's scrolling that you don't like, it's just you're doing it at a time you can't afford to do it. So for me, in the evenings, I will quite often scroll my LinkedIn, and I will scroll my TikTok, because I'm on TikTok selling my books. And I don't care how long I spend on that. I finish my working day, I'm sitting on the sofa, I may be watching telly, or I may be scrolling, and that's allowed. But if it's during the day and I'm putting social media on there, I go on and I connect, and that's part of my working day. So I don't think of that as a doom at all. I just think that's something I like doing. I like connecting with people. So if I've connected with you recently, thumbs up to you. Write me some really interesting content. That's what I like connecting with. Sometimes I scroll through and I think, oh no, I don't want to connect with that or that. But this morning I found some things on LinkedIn I connected with. So thank you very much. But go on and do, when it's a job, time it. Go and do. So purposefully, certain times of the day, you go and you make connections, you add your social media. But as to the scrolling aimlessly, let's call it aimlessly scrolling rather than scrolling, there should be a time when you can enjoy that. I think sometimes we beat ourselves up and go, we should never do that. Just create a time in your world that it's okay. Mine's about 8 o'clock at night. And I'm going, oh yeah, I'm going to watch. Tracy is on. There's a couple of gymnasts. It's Niall and I can't remember their names. Anyway, I shouldn't be encouraging you to watch them. I really enjoy watching their they sort of do challenges, with gymnastic challenges that they've seen other people doing, but they're very funny and they're all really good. They've all been Olympian gymnasts, but they're now retired. Just really funny. And I enjoy that. So I use that a bit like watching the TV, but I don't doing it during the day. Yeah, love Niall as well. And his sister does it, and his sister's going, Ash, isn't it? Ash. And then there's another guy that does it too. Anyway, they've got a lot of, I shouldn't be encouraging you to do this, but I go and watch that like I would a teleprogram or like I would read a magazine. And in the olden days, we used to read magazines and books, and I suppose sometimes our parents may have said, or be on the phone too long. And our parents may have said, you're wasting time. Get out of that Jackie magazine. This is showing my age. Get out of the Jackie magazine. Get off the telephone. It's costing me money. You know, in the days that there were people that put phone locks on there, in the days of doing that with a phone. Some of you are far too young. But that, when you dialed it and then it rolled back and then you picked the next number and you dialed it and you knew your phone off by heart, everybody else's number off by heart. I am going way back now. But that could have been time that you wasted. So we've always had things that have taken our time away. So stop looking for more time and look where you're wasting time. You don't need much time every day to promote your business. What you need is a concentrated time that, whether it be 20 minutes, half an hour, or maybe every 3 or 4 days, you do an hour's concentrated time. You just need to concentrate and you need to focus and sit your butt down, which I talk about a lot. Sit your butt down and do the jobs in hand. Put a timer on. Make sure you are timing yourself so that you don't waste time. For me, stop walking to the fridge, Helen, and just checking, stop going to make yourself another cup of coffee because you're like, oh, just need to do something. I always, and I do it straight after this live. And normally after a live, I have to go in and edit, just change the top, make sure the hashtags are right, make sure it's sitting where it should do. The first thing I do after a live is I go, I just go and have a cup of coffee. And it takes me another 20 minutes to do it. Sometimes I will come back, sit here and do it. But it's a bit of a time waste because I know I'm like, oh, I like doing the live. The editing bit, I'm like, okay, I'll go do it. But normally there's something I've got to share with you, like a link, or I want to change what I've talked about. So I've gone off on a tangent. And it's important. So there are different things. I know when I've got it really bad is I start to think I should do the ironing. I pay a cleaner to do my ironing. Don't have much ironing. I shake and fold a lot of stuff. Shake and fold is a technique, by the way, that I have coined for how to do your ironing. I'm full of useless tips and ideas, me. But shake it, fold it, just put it in the drawer. Especially in the winter, don't iron all those t-shirts. They're under your jumpers. It'd be fine. But if I do get bad, I'm like, well, maybe I could do a bit of ironing. Or I hate ironing and I have somebody else to do it. So what is that all about? So watch for those things that you're distracted. And I've put here, So I put here actually a load of mumbo jumbo on there, and I've just managed to piece that together in my head. Where do you waste your time? Look for it during the day and make a time for the scrolling, for the reading your book, for the Netflix. Make a time in your day for doing what you like doing. make that time, but it's a time that you stick to, not you just try and avoid it all day and end up doing a little bit all day. So time, you can't make more time, as in the physical time. What you can do is you can cut the distractions, and you can cut the amount of time you take to do things. I sometimes work with business owners and they say, in fact, I did a teach the other day and it was how to bulk create pictures on Canva. This is in the HB Club. Bulk. And somebody said, oh my God, it's such a great teach. Well, it's because you sit your butt down and you create 10 pictures. You have your logo on there already. You have your background and you just drag things in that you want, download them, and you've got 10 pictures like that. Rather than going in each time and thinking, oh, I've got to create something new. Where's the logo? Where's this? Where's that? So it's just a simple way. So structure will help you run your business. And I am not 100% structured. I like to be a little bit ad hoc too, because I get my best ideas first thing in the morning. And sometimes I think, actually, that's something I'm going to put out today. But I do structure in time. I have got possibly next week. I don't know. I've got an operation I've got to go and have. I've already started to structure and schedule posts for next week already. I know I've got to do it, or it's possibly coming up. So I'm not going to do it in a last minute rush the night before. I'm going to think, right, if I do 2 of those every day, I can cover myself for about a week. Okay. I do that. I'm reusing content. There's ways to save time in your business. There are ways to save time by things like, knowing your bank account, keeping your accounts up to date regularly. If you keep your accounts up to date, let's say once a month you do it, once a week, whatever it is, it's so much easier to find the invoices when you're just thinking about something that happened 2 weeks ago. When you're thinking that was 6 months ago, what the hell is, and some companies will have initials on your banking and you're like, I don't know what that is. I can't remember. What was that spent? There may be stuff coming out of your account that's not supposed to come out of your account, and you should be checking on it. But some structure in your business is important. It's like having, and this comes back from my roots of being a retired osteopath. We used to say structure is function, and anybody that's in the osteopathic world will know this. Structure is function. The skeleton, the physiology of the body, you get that to be working as well as you can, everything else will function better. Your business is the same. Build the skeleton of your business, build the scaffolding of your business, whatever it is. I always go live on a Wednesday for Woohoo Wednesday. I don't even have to think about it when I get up. I'm like, oh, okay, 7:30. And I was up, I did a really early morning this morning. I did about 5:15, lots in my head, great stuff in my head. I have to say, I came around, wrote a little bit of my book, and I've got a new book being published. Is Ben on? Ben always gets annoyed when Ben's in my membership and he always goes to me, didn't know you'd written a book. Well, I've written 2 and there's a 3rd one on the way. Check me out. Check me out on Amazon. I'm there. Any bookshop, actually. Check me out any bookshop. I'm there. But you can make yourself more time. It will feel like you're making yourself more time. Obviously, in reality, we only have the same amount of time. But it's because you're controlling where you waste your time. And there is nothing wrong with having a moment of wasting time, if you want to call it. But do it in a time that you're not supposed to be looking at your accounts. You're not supposed to be posting on your social media. You're not supposed to be working in your business, doing what you love. Because that's the most important bit, is getting enough clients in to either buy your services or your products, keep you in a life that you want to be kept in, whatever amount that is. There is no right amount to earn in your business. The amount you need to earn is what you need to cover your bills, what you need to have for your extras you want, whether it be holidays, cars, fill your boots. If you want to make 7 figures, 6 figures, 5 figures, 3 figures, I don't care, as long as it's the right amount that you need to have a life that you want to live. Because, and I'm going off on a slight tangent here, but I always do this, I don't believe you can have a great business and a pretty shitty life, all right? I don't believe you can have a great life and a shitty business. You need to have the two together. And it's not about a work-life balance, okay? I'm not sure if I truly believe in work-life balance. I think that should be, but there should be a life balance that you live your life how you want to live it. I love traveling. I like going on holiday. I like having a nice car. So my motivation is to do those things. My motivation when I started, you'll have heard this before, was to put a roof over my head with my kids. Newly divorced. This is 20, I'm remarried now, so it's a long time ago. 22 years ago, I was in a flat, paying for a flat. I've never had child maintenance. I had 2 children. One was 12, one was 9. I'm living in a flat. I think that works out with my maths. Anyway, they're around that sort of age. They had a bedroom each. I didn't have a bed. I didn't have a fridge. I didn't have a cooker. Somebody gave me like a convection oven and I had a bucket of water for the fridge. So my drive was to solve that. So I needed to earn enough money for the rent and enough money to pay the bills. And then as I got better at it and I got better at my business, my why, I suppose, could change. And your why is your own choice, right? Do not be led by listening and thinking you are not achieving if you're not creating 10,000 a month, even 5,000 a month. If you don't need that amount of money and you're happily living on 3 or 4, or you pay for all the family holidays with what you earn, or maybe you want to be earning 20,000 a month and that's the word you want to be, just go for what you want and build a business that gives you a good life too. Just, there are very few business owners that say, I just want to do my business and I love it so much, I want to be in it all the time. I love my business, but I also love my time when I'm doing fun things. And here we go again. I always mention this, don't I? I can't help it. People don't think it now. My hair has grown long enough that people go, well, you've had cancer? Yes. 2021, 2022, I was bald as anything going through chemotherapy. And right now, I live my life thinking, well, what if this is the last week? And not in a morbid way, in a way of like, well, what can I do this week that's fun? Meet friends for coffee. Don't wait. Do all those sort of things. And stop wasting time. Stop wasting time. You will know yourself what you do waste time. If you want to put it in the comments now, let me know. What do you do? Because there'll be one thing that you go, oh, I know what mine is. And it may be, even if it's like Netflix and you can't help but like binge on Netflix, just don't do it in the middle of your working day. Do it on a Sunday afternoon. Do it on a Saturday morning. Do it when you've got some time and enjoy it. Don't have the guilt. I think when we think we're not supposed to be doing something, that was me scrolling. So I quite enjoy looking at TikTok, looking at Facebook sometimes, and looking at the reels. I enjoy that. But I don't do it within the time that I'm supposed to be doing stuff for my business. I resist the urge to do it because there is an urge. But what I do is I think, okay, I'll do that later. And I enjoy it. Social media is fun, all right? And social media shouldn't be that thing that is like a noose hanging around your neck. And it just means you're doing it, I was going to say the wrong way. I don't mean the wrong way. You're just doing it in a way that's not serving you. It's great for business. And I have so many business owners. I really am going off on tangents. So I'll finish in a second. So many business owners say to me, I hate social media. But in my day, when I started, okay, I've already talked about the dialing telephones. You are working out how old I am. But when I started working for myself, there was no social media. You couldn't even send a text. Phones were not like that. In fact, my friends had phones that were like this. And I thought, oh my God, they're so modern, like a brick with a phone on the top. And it was called a mobile phone, but it sat in your car. And then you had to lump this thing around. I remember a couple of friends having them, and they were thousands of pounds to have. That was as modern as it got in my world. Okay. I was part of the world of a colour television. I'm going to say, I think in my early days, which I don't remember, maybe in black and white only, but I was the person that started with 3 channels. I'm old. So marketing in the beginning was put an ad in a newspaper. Very rarely did that work because you had to have that person on that day need your services and pick up the newspaper. You could market on television. Who could afford to do that? Huge amount of money to do that. You could put your advert on a billboard. Again, a huge amount of money. Who could afford to do that? Or you did a leaflet drop, which was soul destroying because you'd put out 1,000 leaflets and if you were lucky, you got one person ringing you up. Word of mouth was the way to go. And it still is for business. Word of mouth and good customer service and serving your business is the way to go. But don't malign social media. Okay. It's very easy to think, oh, the algorithms, there's so many people on it. Oh, I hate the way they do this. Right. Use it properly and appreciate it's free if you're using the free. I've always used free. I do use paid sometimes, but the majority it's free. And appreciate that because I don't think many of us give anything away free. We don't. And we know if we wanted to work with a marketing company, they wouldn't give it to us free. So you have to appreciate it and then think, right, am I using it the right way? If your feed is full of, I am definitely going off on tangents, but let's keep going. If your feed is full of stuff that triggers you, that you don't like, unfollow them, snooze them for 30 days, just disconnect. You are in charge of what you see. If you don't like something, don't go and comment on it because the social media platform will say, oh, I like that. Give them some more. You get more of the same. Go and find people you like and comment on their stuff. You will see more in your feed. And if you're clever as a business owner, comment with people that you know possibly may need your services, but not in a salesy way, in a like, hi, maybe I'll see you today and I'll comment on your post. It's because I've liked your post but you could be a client of mine in the future. But I'm not going to say work with me or you'll die. You may buy into me, you may not. Some people will have seen this video today and scrolled past because I talk too fast, I wave my arms, and I keep saying, I'm going off on a tangent now. But others won't. And that's your way you run your business. So give me a thumbs up right now if you appreciate social media a little bit more than you did before I came on today, because I think we should. And it's a way of using it the right way. And if you are addicted to it, you need to turn your phone off that day or put a limit on the amount of minutes you can be on there. And when you're working, set a timer, stick a post-it note on the screen to remind you what you went in to do and do that job. That was me doing, I do a lot of actions. Sit your butt down and do the job that you were supposed to do. Sit your butt down. I'm getting a lot of woohoos. Right, let's have a look. Emma says, an itchy nose means you're vexed. Well, that could be true, Emma, because I didn't sleep last night because I had a phone call yesterday to say, are you ready next week? They're going to ring me back today. Could have your operation. I'm having my big operation. This is like 3 or 4 days in hospital, reconstruction after my cancer. So I think I may be vexed. It's official, it works. Love watching Niall and the rest of them. Yeah, they are good. See, we all watch the gymnasts. And now I think really they should thank me. I've promoted them. I look and I think I would break half the things they do. I also, as a retired osteopath, look at them and think, oh my God, they're going to injure themselves. So if you're a therapist, maybe you should follow them and go, do you think you should be? That's great. But if you ever need care. I think they're from the north, aren't they? Oh, thanks, Emma. Yeah, it is exciting news, but it's also the most scary news as well. You know, when you're doing something and you think, yeah, going to do a reconstruction. And I have been joking with my friends. So those who don't know, I had a mastectomy 90 months ago. So I'm now being cancer clear for 20 months. It's quite late to have a reconstruction. I wasn't allowed to have it when I first had my mastectomy because they didn't know if I was clear of cancer and I may be going back for more chemo and more radiotherapy. Anyway, as it happened, I didn't. But I've been waiting for this op, and then I had my son's wedding, so that got in the way. I am fairly happy as I am now. I have a false boob in now, if you really want to know. I do, because I like symmetry. I just can't be bothered to put it in. I'm too lazy. And I keep joking with my friends that I'm going to see you next and my boobs will be up here and I'll be resting my chin on them and I'll look like Jessica Rabbit. I think the more likelihood is I'll be sitting there going, hi, I'm back. But anyway, I don't know. Is it a good thing? I've thought about it so much and I am going to go for it. Yeah, so wish me luck. I will tell you, because it probably will mean I'm not here for Woohoo Wednesday next week, but I may do a Woohoo Tuesday. I don't know. We'll change things up. Right, my lovely peeps, thank you so much for listening. If you've enjoyed it, please comment, please tell me, send me a direct message. I hope I've waved to all the people on my Instagram. If you've left it, good morning, Nicola. I've just seen you say good morning to me. Thanks. I like a morning. I've seen Hazel on there. Thank you so much. And I think I know the person that's Fit Stuff Guildford. Can't remember your name, but I think I know you. I think I do. Right, my lovely peeps, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to say goodbye to Instagram first. So have a great day. And yes, send me a message if you enjoyed this. And my stuff is all out there. Have a look. Check the link in my bio. Do whatever you like, really. Scroll past, check the link in my bio. Work with me, don't work with me. Whatever. I'm happy. Right. Speak to you soon. Bye. Right, my lovely peeps, I have turned that off. I've probably told you the story many times. Once I didn't turn it quite off and I put the phone down and I think everybody on Instagram could see up my nose for quite a while. Anyway, I'm not proud to show the inside of my nose. Right, have a lovely, lovely day. Please, if you've liked this, please share it, tag other people in it. Turn up on Wednesdays. As I said, next Wednesday may be a little bit sticky, but keep a look. If you follow the page, Helen Bullen, or follow me or connect with me or whatever, you should see the notification for when I'm going live and I'll make sure I can. And yeah, love to hear from you. I will come back in. If I've missed a comment, I'll come back in and I'll make sure I check out with you. Thanks for watching. Thanks LinkedIn, YouTube and Facebook today. I've enjoyed your company. I hope you've enjoyed mine. Right. Speak to you soon. Bye.